Hi Year 3 and 4 and welcome back to Storytime, The Midnight Gang, Chapter 24, Goodest Morning. Tootsie answered Tom with a question. Toast or cornflakes? But you did say you had everything, Tootsie, replied Tom, bemused. Yes, I know I did, Thomas. The truth is we've had a lot of cutbacks here at Lord Funt Hospital. Lord Funt, the hospital is becoming a sad place now. The new principal has slashed the money from the patients' food. No one wants to stay here a moment longer than they absolutely have to. No, I suppose not, replied the boy, and I know from working here for 30 years that it makes the patients happy to think they can have absolutely anything their heart desires for breakfast. But they can't, said Tom. Tootsie shook her head and sighed. This new boy just didn't understand. As long as the patients only ask for toast or cereal, then they can still believe that they can have anything that they want. They'll forget they are in a crummy old hospital and that should have been demolished years ago and think they are staying in the Ritz Hotel. Tom smiled. Now he understood perfectly and was determined to play along. I thank you, Tootsie. You know what? I think this morning I'll just have a piece of toast. I'm all out of toast. Cornflakes it is then, said Tom. That was my first choice anyway. The boy didn't mind at all. He rather liked cornflakes. I like lashings of milk on my cornflakes, added the boy hopefully. Or would you prefer proper cream? Oh, yes, please. Oh, that's a shame. I don't have any cream. Milk is fine then. I don't have any milk either. Have you ever had cornflakes with a dash of cold tea? Asked Tootsie. It wouldn't seem appealing if you had read it on a menu, but the way the old lady said with with that musical tone of hers, made cornflakes with cold tea sound absolutely scrumptious. With the flair of a master chef, Tootsie scattered the cornflakes from the box into a chipped green bowl with a single flick of her wrist. Then, from as high as her arm would allow, she tipped the tea urn and poured the dark brown liquid into the bowl. It splashed all over Tom's bed covers. There we are, Thomas, and I wish you the goodest of mornings. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, repeated Tootsie. Good morning, said Tom again. Good morning. Good morning. If one of them didn't stop, they could go on wishing each other good morning until the end of time. Tom had to step out of the loop, so opted for a thank you. No, thank you, said Tootsie. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. It was starting again, so the boy nodded and said nothing. Tootsie nodded back and moved on to Amber's bed. Good morning, Amber, and what can I get you this fine morning? Asked the lady. Good morning, Tootsie, and good morning to you. Let's not do all that good morning again, please. Now, today, for a change, I won't have the freshly squeezed orange juice, blackberries with vanilla yoghurt and honey, and the pancakes with nuts, whipped cream, and chocolate sauce. Are you sure? Asked Tootsie. Quite sure. I think today what I really fancy is some cornflakes with, let me think, some cold tea. Coming right up, Amber. As Tom tried gamely to enjoy his unusual breakfast, he noticed Tootsie leaning and whisper in Amber's ear. Children's footprints and wheelchair tyre tracks have been found in the freezer room. What? Said Amber. The hospital principal, Sir Mr. Strillers, was down there this morning inspecting it. Well, it wasn't us, lied Amber, clearly flustered. I never said it was, dearie, but if it wasn't you, who was it? I don't know, protested the girl. Look, I don't know what you children get up to after dark, but please, from now on, be careful. Thank you, Tootsie. No, thank you, Amber. No, thank you. No, thank you. For goodness sake, woman, please, can I have my breakfast now? Complained Robin bitterly. I'm starving. Yes, of course, Robin, replied Tootsie as she served him a bowl of dry cornflakes. She had run out of cold tea. George got the same and went into a tremendous sulk. Next, Tootsie moved on to Sally. Under her overalls she had concealed a small white paper bag. Don't tell the others, whispered Tootsie, but I bought you an ice bun on the way into work. Thank you so much, Tootsie, whispered Sally. Would you like half, Tom? Tom was touched. No, thank you. You have it. You need to get your strength up. I'll have half, said George. In fact, if you want, I'll have more than half. Let Sally eat her bun, said Tom. It's okay, replied Sally. George leaped out of his bed as the girl broke it in two. There you... But before Sally could say go, he had taken half the ice bun out of her hand and devoured it in one gulp. Thanks, Sally, he said. I'm always happy to help. Tom smiled, then his eyes turned to Matron's office. She was talking on the telephone, having a heated conversation with someone. What was all that about with Tootsie, Amber? He asked. They know someone's been down in the freezer room, replied the girl. How? Asked Tom. Footprints? Wheelchair tire marks? They're on to us. What are you two conspiring about? Demanded Matron. The children hadn't seen her coming, and she was now looming over their beds. Nothing, Matron, replied Amber. Yes, absolutely nothing at all, added Tom. Matron studied their faces for signs of lying. Tom could feel his face glowing bright red. I don't believe you, snarled Matron. I know you rotten children are up to something. Join us again tomorrow for more story time.